Hey, well friends, welcome to your practice this week. We've got an entire 60-minute flow for you. Cool, huh? 60 minutes. Brought to you by your hips, a full circumferential tour of your hips, inside, front, outside and back, and your shoulders. All the good juicy stuff where we tend to quite literally bind ourselves up and disconnect from this really skillful, intelligent flow state that we often talk about, being in the flow. We're going to floss and open up all those areas, settle in with our breath, and see where that journey takes us. It's a good place to be. Your mat, if you feel like you're a bit challenged in the back of your legs, 2 blocks are really handy. Otherwise, I'll cue you to be on fingertips. I'll always offer an option to come down onto your knees whenever you need. So this really can be for all levels. It's not a super pacey flow. Even when we're still, we can find the movement within the movement, that deeper intelligence below the bubbling erratic surface, right down in here to guide us. So welcome to the journey. Welcome to the flow of you. I'll see you real soon. Okay, my lovelies, let's begin this flow together by coming down onto our mats. You can be sitting on your shins like I am, or taking a comfortable cross-legged seat. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Close your eyes and receive your breath into both hands. Notice I say receive. So we're not trying to overly regulate or force or control the breath. As we cross this sacred threshold, really consciously landing on our mat, arriving into our bodies. We leave behind any detail, any drama of your day. And immerse fully in the here and now with a receptive breath. A receptive, allowing breath that will bring you easily and sweetly into your poses. Fully inhabit the promise of the shapes, the sequence. So fully step into your flow, your natural rhythm, your streaming moment by moment intelligence. Receptive, allowing, easeful. The only conditions for today, for always. And a few more breaths, really. Inhale. Create volume and space in the inner body. Space for potential. And exhale, long cleansing breath out, soften the skin, your jaw, your forehead. And again like that, inhale fully. Exhale completely. One more to welcome yourself here, inhale. And exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go. Blink your eyes open. Lower your hands, roll out your wrists or anything that might feel sticky. Now that you're really here in your body, you'll be attuned to that. For me, I've been working a lot on the computer. So shoulders and wrists are feeling it particularly. And then we're going to get right on into one of our shoulder openers. Called puppy pose, Anahata Asana. So you're going to keep your hips parked over your knees, your butt, your tail, like a puppy waggling up to sky. And reach your hands out in front of you, arms long and strong. So you're not collapsing down to the floor. Really keep the forearms lifted off the floor. And right from the back of your heart, reach through to every fingertip to make full contact with the earth. And from the earth, you feel a lift all the way up into the back of the heart. And keep that line of connection as you lower your forehead towards the floor. And come back to that easeful, receptive breath that we just initiated our practice with. It's almost like any residue worry, any residue stress. And it's pouring out the front of your forehead onto the mat, leaving behind room for nothing but space, nothing but light. Good, one more inhale like that. Long, long exhale. Soften the skin around the back of the heart. There you go. And then lift your head and your chest, walk your hands back. Preparing yourself for downward facing dog. So don't take them too far back that you'll have a really narrow down dog. Make sure you can see your hands out in front of you. Spread through your fingers. Every millimeter of skin on the palm of your hand, on the underside of your fingers and thumb, fully connected with the support of earth. And when you connect there, you feel the rebound, the press of earth back up, all the way into the back of your heart. Notice how I really get that buoyant lift and response from that connection. Then a little look over the top of your mat to fully open and connect all the way around the shoulder girdle. And in that connection, you will strengthen as well. And lift your hips up and back. Notice if you go too far and you lose the connection, you buckle in the hands or the elbows, or you shrug up around the shoulders. You might need to float forwards just a touch to find that buoyant response from connecting into earth up into the back of the heart. And then from the back of the heart, reaching forwards and down your hands, and then all the way along your spine and your legs. And keeping the arms long and strong, and that connection in the back of the heart. You're going to walk your feet as wide as your mat. You can have your toes out, turned out a touch. And on your inhale, come onto the balls of your feet, look forwards. Exhale, keep the arms straight. You're going to bend your knees like a little frog squat towards the back of your mat. You're going to inhale, lift the hips, look forwards, and exhale, squat. And get quite playful for it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You might even start to undulate the spine. And exhale. Just finding your natural rhythm here. It might be a bit faster than mine, it might be a bit slower. You find all these sweet articulations, these sweet possibilities for movement. And the foundation of your continuous breath, the fluency of the inhale and the exhale. And a couple more. And then come back to your usual hip distance apart, downward facing dog. Check in with the hands, notice if anything disconnected there. And you'll feel energy running up and down the arms, that's great. Connect it all the way into the back of the heart. And reach through the legs. And then from there, you're going to inhale into the balls of your feet. Exhale, drop your heels over to one side and bend your knees. Then inhale into the balls of your feet. Exhale, drop the heels over to the other side and bend your knees. Like a little corkscrew action. Inhale up through center. Exhale, bend and twist. Inhale and exhale. And just notice the side that you're twisting away from, you're dropping your butt away from. You're not collapsing that arm. You're going to keep the arm straight and strong so you really get a good stretch through the side body, really opening up the potential for more breath, more space, particularly on the side ribs where we tend to hold a lot. We'll get into the side hips at the same time. It's all great stuff. You might pick up the pace depending on where you're at in your day and the aftertaste you'd like at the end of your practice, how you'd like to feel. Really bring that forth and animate that possibility here. A couple more. And back through down dog. And exhale down to your knees. And down to child's pose for a slight little repose after that. Knees could be together or wide. Hands could be stacked under your forehead if you want to give your arms a break. Enjoy your resting breath. Enjoy one more big full breath in. And a long, long breath out. And take that very same breath with you back up into your downward facing dog. Really checking in with how you place your hands, how you set the foundation for possibility to unfurl. All the points of contact with you meeting earth, earth meeting you, hands, feet. Settle on in there. And again, keeping your arms nice and firm. On your inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. So I'm mirroring you. Exhale, curl your right knee to your nose, shoulders float forwards. You can always do this with your left knee on the floor as well. Inhale, re-extend back to what we call three-legged dog. And exhale, curl, ripple through the spine, right knee to nose, shoulders float forwards. Again, one more like that. Inhale. And exhale, curl. And as you extend Go-Go Gadget down your arms, you then have room and space to float that right knee all the way over to the right side of your mat, all the way over. And the right foot closer towards the left hip, and look around, check that you've got a nice long line of energy with the left leg. And take your fingertips nice and wide. Inhale, get a buoyant response away from earth to lift up. And on your exhale, peel down your spine, little bow. And again like that. Inhale, ripple up. And exhale, peel down. Diving into the river of your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Good stuff. This time, inhale, come up. Place your hands really mindfully again. Tuck the back foot, lift the back knee. Buoyant response all the way up into the back of the heart to get light on that right leg. Draw it into your nose and then sweep your right leg high to the sky. Big breath in. On your exhale, curl it forwards again, what we call tiger curls. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, curl forwards. One more. Inhale. Exhale, curl forwards, lift into the back of the heart so you got space, and step, even if your right foot just gets halfway, step it to where it gets to, and then you can always use your right hand to pick it up and place it forwards. Then lower down to your back knee. Settle there, arrive there. That's it with your breath. Then bring your hands to your front thigh. Little downward pressure on your front thigh with your hands. Find that buoyancy once more. From the connection down here, there's a press back up, a lift back up, all the way up through the spine. It can be effortless when you find that connection. And keep that nice and heavy in the front foot. Inhale, arms wide and high. On your exhale, bend your left elbow. So remember, I'm mirroring you. Plug down into your left elbow with your right hand. Inhale, lift front and back. And on your exhale, draw a line with that left elbow over to the right. So you're opening up the left side body. Enjoy a few breaths here, getting into the side body and all the way around the shoulder. That inner biceps really wrapping back, and your tricep, your outer tricep, wrapping forwards. And riding the wave of your breath. Couple more. Then inhale, come up, free the arms. On your exhale, glide your fingertips back. You can roll through the shoulders if that feels good. And start to play with a mini back bend. It might be that the fingertips stay draping back, or you might take hold of your right hip and sweep your left arm up, or hold the back of your head. Lots of options. Ever too much, if you're ever compressing in your lower back, come back upright. Find that buoyant lift, particularly in the back, and keep that space. And you've got a shelf of support then to drape yourself back to. Enjoy one more breath. Good stuff, yogis. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fingertips frame your front foot. Lift off your back knee. Your left hand's going to stay down all the way over to the left side of your mat on fingertips. On your inhale, you're going to twist around to your right, reach your right arm up. And this could be a little complicated, so listen up. Exhale, straighten your front leg, your right leg. Your right arm's going to sweep between your right foot and your left hand. to tap your back leg. So both legs are working towards straight. Then inhale, glide back forwards, rebend the front leg towards a square, and peel your right arm up. And keep going with that. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs, and tap through the middle to the back thigh. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, lift and tap. It's like a really nice hip floss for that right hip. Inhale. We do it with our teeth, we want to do it with our hips too. Dive on into the movement, even if you feel it's confusing. Just go where your body tells you to go. Allow yourself to be moved by your breath. There's a deep intelligence there that's awakening and guiding you. If you allow it, if you receive it. You notice I'm going quite pacey today. Just where my energy is. You might be going slower. Still following all the cues of my breath and my body though. Good, one more. This time, exhale, hands frame your front foot and stay in the fold. And keep a soft micro bend behind that front knee, so you're not getting a little kink in the hose there, like a dam in a stream. We want to keep it flowing down and up, down and up. If you feel so compelled, you can lift your foot away from the floor and really anchor into your heel, slightly different stretch. We still want the same flow. And then reset the foot. Little challenge, place your hands. It's like you got a suction cup on the sole of your right foot. You really want to vacuum breath and energy from the push of earth up into you, all the way up into your belly, so you can get really light on that right foot and drag it through all the way up. Good stuff. And you can give it a little rock and roll in and out, like a figure of 8. We can bend that right knee, point the right knee up to the ceiling and open up through the front of the right thigh. Keep that left arm nice and firm and strong though, no collapsing. Then wherever you are, inhale, re-straighten the right leg. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Land it right in the middle. Walk your fingertips forwards. As you inhale, vacuum breath and energy all the way up into the back of your heart to create space again. And on your exhale, roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. It's like you're trying to karate chop your mat with the pinky toe edge of your foot. Be really clear at pulling all 5 toes back towards your knee, so you're protecting the joints of your ankle and your knee, and you're getting all the way, like a turbocharger, all the way into your right hip. Back leg nice and firm and strong. Fingertips wide, inhale, lift, just like we did earlier, and exhale, glide and fold. Inhale, lift, and exhale. And 3 more, you've got this. You can always lower down to your back knee if you need. Grand finale. And exhale. Wherever you are, inhale, lift up. Off the back knee, straighten the front leg, and pivot all the way around to the left side of your mat. Feet nice and wide, super wide. And you've got a good measure here, outer edges of the feet, parallel with the short edges of your mat. Fingertips under your shoulders. Inhale, lift up, get buoyant in the back body. Exhale and fold. Still keeping the lift so there's no collapse. Inhale and exhale. Again like that, inhale. This time stay in the fold at the bottom of the exhale. And you can stay here and reach your fingertips back behind you. Because this is a hippie shake and a shoulder opener, you might want to interlace your fingers behind you, squeeze the heels of your hands towards each other, and stretch your hands overhead so you get a bit of juice in the shoulders as well. Fully inhabiting your body with your breath. As you breathe to those localized sensations around the inner thighs, around the front of the shoulders. All parts of you receive your breath. It's not just about those localized sensations. There's a bigger, deeper intelligence at play. And from there, release your hands down under your shoulders if that's where you were. Steady yourself to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot back around to the front of your mat, so your right foot's forwards again. Lower down to your back knee. Walk your right foot off to the right. Turn it out about 45 degrees. On your fingertips again, so you can receive that buoyant response from connection to gravity and earth. Lift all the way up, so you lift out of your pelvis just a touch from sagging down. It lifts up, creates room and space to roll onto the outside edge of your right foot again. It's a little karate chop of the mat, pulling all 5 toes back. So there should be no wrinkles in the inner ankle. If there is, there's going to be some stuck energy there. So really smooth out the inner ankle. And a few options here. You can stay getting all that good stuff around the outer hip. I quite like enjoying some arm circles on the right side to start to take me into a little twist towards the right leg. This is one of my favorite poses where we're headed. It's really multifaceted, as we are in every way anyway. And it might be that that circle takes you all the way around to catch the outside edge of the back foot. You're going to meet your heel with your sit bone like a little jigsaw puzzle, and then they stay together as you start to soften your pelvis down towards the floor, maybe so much so that you come onto your left forearm. And you spin your belly and your chest towards your right thigh, lean your head back, your throat back. There's a whole lot to breathe to here, so go for it in your own special, unique way. Feel the potential with each inhale and see where the exhale guides you. One more cycle of breath. And slowly extract yourself from that shape. Whee! Walking your right leg back through center. Placing your hands, drag your right leg through, and you might want to take a little forward fold on the way. And sweep it back. You can give it another little shimmy shake out. You want your left knee under your left hip. Place your right hand firm, connection from the back of the heart. Notice if the shoulder's popping forward, you're losing that connection. So really pack the shoulder head in. And tuck your toes of your left foot. Really firm up your right leg, even though it's in space. You can find the support, the hug of space around it. Really firm it up. Then reach your left hand forwards. And you find a little bit of core work here. Little cinching in around the waistline will help that buoyant response away from earth. You're still connected, but there's a buoyancy away from to meet space above you. Now it might be that you find that connection to space above you so much so that you can hover off that left knee and start to play where the support is. Keep going. Wobbling and shaking is great. It's your body exploring new reservoirs of support, new territory. You can, whee! And then come down to both knees. Give the butt a little wiggle. You can come variations of all fours, child's pose, whatever. I'm doing a little lateral wiggle like I'm a fish swimming through water. It could be hip circles, rib circles. Keep the energy moving. Stay in the flow. And then from there, come back to all fours. Right foot is going to go out to the side like a little kickstand. Left leg is going to shoot straight out from the hip. Nice and straight. So the outer edge of the foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat again. Check in with the right hand. You want it to be on a diagonal from the right shoulder, so not directly under, because that's quite an extreme angle. And you're going to see where it's going to get stuck, right? So hand a little bit further in front so there can be a clear line from the support of the ribs all the way down through the center of the wrist. Just spread all the way through each finger and back up. And from there, reach your left arm overhead, left leg up. Exhale, bend your left knee, catch the top of the foot, and start to kick the foot and the shin away. And you opened up the thigh earlier perhaps, so it might feel quite delightful. If it's not there, imagine it so until it's your reality, or you could be here with arm and leg straight. Wherever you are, feel it, attune to it, love it with your breath. Like this is the only thing that matters right now. Good stuff, yogi friends. Then release that. Foot to floor. You can bring your left hand to your left hip to remind you to keep your hips lifted. We can start to play with side plank, like snuggling that bottom leg, the right leg under. If it's too much, you can always lower that right knee down. You've got the support, rib half to earth and back up. Then from the left rib half, left hand meets space. Last little bit here, and then we've got the whole other side to enjoy. Inhale. On your exhale, switch sides. So you're going to place your left hand, outer edge of left foot, keep the hips lifted, and stretch all the way up and feel all the way up. And then reach in every direction, front, side, back, top, bottom. Step that top leg behind you, which is your right leg, ball of right foot, left leg stay straight. Sweep your hips up, heart up. Wild thing, if it feels good. If not, you can always come back to a half side plank. One more big celebratory breath in. And exhale, wherever you are, plump yourself down on your butt. You'll be facing away from me. Trust that you know what's going on here. You're going to extend your right leg straight, your left leg straight. I'm mirroring you if you're taking a peek. You're going to reach your right arm around behind you. Right leg is bent, right foot on the floor. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And on your exhale, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. There's a little communication point there, outer knee and elbow, to provide a touch of traction to twist around towards what will be the front of your mat. But it really comes from your breath. Inhale to fill up, get tall and broad. And exhale, twist from left belly, left lung around to the right. And again, inhale. Exhale, twist. Few more. Last one. Then inhale, unravel that twist, sweep yourself all the way around to line your belly facing over the top of your mat. Right hand out to the side like a little cactus. So the elbow is straight out from the shoulder. Come to line your right cheek, left hand on fingertips. Push onto your left hand to roll over to the right. You're rolling onto the outer edge of your right hip. Keep the right shoulder down. And it might be that your left foot steps behind you. Head heavy, shoulder connected to earth. And there'll be a really nice stretch in there in the front of the shoulder. And inhale back through center. Whee. Both hands on fingertips all the way off your mat. Roll your shoulders on your back. Legs nice and firm. Inhale, ripple up. You might circle your shoulders up as you do that. And down. Find that syrupy ease in case you lost it in some of those stronger, more static poses. Remind yourself of this. This is your nature. One more. Exhale. Place your thumbs by your side ribs. Glide yourself back. Oh, yeah. Little wiggle of the tail. I suggest puppy pose where we started, or it could be child's pose. Yogi's choice, your body, your breath. You choose. And then when you choose, commit to it. Fully inhabit it. Allow it to be. And as you start to slow everything down in case the heart rate really picked up or you lost the connection to that deep, fulsome breath, I'd like you to start to get really clear as to how you're going to participate in this sequence on the second side. I know we've got a whole sequence to go on the second side. Just notice your immediate response to that. And see if you can really welcome what will unfold without really knowing. You probably can't remember every single pose. I've deliberately sequenced it this way, and things might feel a bit awkward, and we're going in quite radical directions, sometimes on our mat, sometimes off our mat. That's often why I don't practice on a mat. And your challenge, my yogi brains, should you choose to accept it, is to allow, to receive the flow of your breath, and in that receive the flow of a deeper intelligence that's awakening through muscle tissue, organ tissue, bone tissue, through the river of life, your fluid body, all these layers of you that are starting to come into the equation and are starting to participate in the conversation of your consciousness. I'll tell you this, you won't work it out by analyzing it in the front part of your brain. You won't work it out by pausing the video and replaying it over. Oh, and she said this, and then she did this. Go with what you feel. Go with your breath. Trust that you know. Trust that you know. Your body does. So I love this. It's an embodiment practice. A practice of trust. And really seal that in. Big full breath. Any apprehension, let it go, let it go, let it go. Know that you've got this. As you animate that very commitment, the way in which you place your hands, you connect to the support of earth beneath you. And it's almost like you've got your best friend right there pressing her handprints back up into your hands. The buoyant response all the way up into the back of your heart. Notice how you can lift out of your joints when you do that. And then when you lift out of your joints, you invoke that flow, that knowing, that trust. The wrists, the elbows, open conduits, the shoulders, open conduits, the spine, the hips, the knees, the ankles. So you settle here in your Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Reaffirm your commitment. Another inhale. Steady, steady exhale. Then ready to rock and roll, raising the left leg high. Inhale. Remember, I'm mirroring you. Exhale. Curl your left knee to your nose. Ripple through, shoulders over fingertips. And again, inhale. Re-extend your left leg high to the sky. And exhale, curl. Slow motion. It's like you're moving through liquid. You can feel it all. You can know it all. Inhale. Three-legged dog. Exhale and curl. Pause there. Go, go, gadget down your arms. I know a lot of you will know what I mean. Go, go, gadget. If you don't, you can Google it later. And then take your left knee all the way to the outside of your left wrist. And I'm really clear on that. It's not pointing forwards, all the way to the outside. And then the left foot to your right hip and check into the right leg at the same time. So you're closing off the gap behind the left knee. So there can be a greater flow through the center of the knee, center of the ankle, so you're not going to do any damage. And you get all the juice around there. That guy. Fingertips wide. Let's get back in. Inhale. That was just a little mini segment brought to you by your hip joint. Inhale. Which we want until we're 99 years old or longer. It'll be working for us. 3 more, just like this. Inhale to ripple up. Exhale to glide. Inhale. And inhale this time, place your hands, fingertips towards the edges of your mat. Tuck your back foot, lift your back knee. From your best friend's hands, pushing up into you. You lift all the way into your back of your heart. You get a lot of room and space to glide that front leg off, knee to your nose. Look at that, so much room and space to dance. Then inhale, re-extend your left leg high. Exhale, curl left knee to nose, shoulders float forwards. Tiger curls, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Grand finale. Exhale, curl. From the back of your heart, extend down your strong arms and see where your left foot gets to. And you can always use your left hand to pick it up and give it a helping hand. And lower down to your back knee. Take a moment to really pause and arrive. Feel into you. As you press down into that front foot, buoyant response all the way up. Lift you all the way up, nice hanging and checking out, all the way up the front of the spine, through crown. You are here. Beautiful place to be. Keeping all that situation down there, you're going to bend your right elbow, catch the top of your right elbow with your left hand, plug it down through. There's a theme here, connecting into the back of the heart. Inhale, fill up the back of the heart. You notice that stitches the front ribs and the belly in for a bit of stability. Now on your exhale, draw a line with the right elbow over to the left. I love this one. It's another kind of multitasking pose. Front, side, shoulder, all of it. Receive all of it. Breathe to all of it, like you're one big buoyant cell. A cell that has permeability, so you're receptive, your integrity, lacking nothing, whole. Stay nice and heavy in that front leg. Inhale, come up, free the arms. Exhale, glide the fingertips back, and it might be that you roll the shoulders a little bit. Then make a choice about a skillful back bend for you. If you felt it in your lower back last time, maybe you stay with your hands to your front thigh and really hone in around the structure of support that is your midline and your midsection. Or you could keep hands to hips or around to the lower back to remind yourself to keep length and space there. You might hold the back of your head, might find your back thigh, ankle. Make a choice for you. Then really make that choice matter with your breath. Good. Heavy in your front leg. Press into it. Inhale, come back upright. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. If your back foot wasn't tucked, tuck it now. Lift off your back knee. You want room for your belly, so if you need to walk your front leg off to the side to get there, then do that. And then your right hand stays on fingertips, supercharged in the back leg, just as much in the front leg. Now on your inhale, you're going to twist towards your front leg, your left leg, and reach your left arm up. On your exhale, lift your hips, work your legs towards straight, and remember from last time, you sweep that left arm through the front foot and the right hand to touch your back thigh, your right thigh. And then you come back through. Inhale, ripple through the spine, rebend that front leg, left arm up, little twist. Exhale, lift the hips, straight legs, reach and tap. Inhale, float. Exhale, tap. You keep going like that to your rhythm. and floss to invoke a greater flow. It was never not there. Just something got in the way. Often, it's that contracted energy we call thought, or recurring emotion, a stagnation in the tissues. So rinsing and flossing, rinsing and flossing. Find the potency and the power in the river once more. And let that take us. A couple more. Dive into that river. Last one. And exhale. And stay in the exhale. Hands frame your front foot. You may need to reset your feet. Front leg towards straight. Notice you don't want to jam the knee back. That will cut off that flow. Softening around the neck, the forehead. You can always lift the foot off and anchor into the heel if you did that on the last side. Yeah, then look over your front foot. Plant your hands. Imagine you got a little suction cup there and you're vacuuming breath and energy all the way up through the core of your bones, all the way up into your hips, lift up into the back of your heart. You float that left leg high. And you can give it a little shimmy shake out, a little circle in and out. Whee! There it is, online and alive. You can bend the left knee, point the left knee up to the ceiling, opening through the front of the left hip if that feels good. And wherever you are, inhale, re-extend the left leg towards straight. Exhale, curl your left knee to your nose. Step your left foot between your hands. Right in the middle this time. Come up onto fingertips. So you lift up into the back. And keep the lift in the skin of your back. Exhale, roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. That karate chopping action again. Pulling all 5 toes back to the knee. So it's clear through the center of the knee and the center of the ankle. A clear transferring of weight, a pathway of weight. We don't want to crank it. Ugh. There. Fingertips wide, back leg strong. Inhale, lift up, get buoyant. And exhale, release. And again, inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Back knee can come down if you need. If you notice you struggle with your breath or you harden in one part, I do suggest you back off a little. In preference, ease. We're already building a lot of strength. There's a lot of intelligence in the ease. Good. Then inhale, come back upright. Exhale, pivot your way around. This time to the right side of your mat. Check out the feet, nice and wide, short edges of the mat, parallel with the outside edges of your feet. Excuse my butt, that's why we're on a slight angle, so you wouldn't have a super down the line butt shot. But you're so in your body, you're not noticing anyway, right? Good. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift up through your legs, through your spine, crown of head reaches forwards. Exhale and drape. Inhale, lift up through legs, spine, crown. Exhale. See how there's a sequencing to that flow from earth underneath you. Inhale up through legs, pelvis, each vertebra of the spine, crown of head, and fold. And you can stay in your fold, or if you did it last time, you can reach your hands behind you. Take the other pinky finger on the outside. You'll know it. It feels weird. Do the weird feeling way so you can be balanced. Weirdness is good. Now hug the heels of your hands together and start to stretch your arms overhead. See where you go. You can shake it out a little bit, wiggle it out. Sometimes I think these held poses then suggest we hold in the tissues of our body. We create a balance of this sweet strength and ease. Receiving the breath. Receiving the information that's available to you right here, right now. And flowing with that. Even as the outer shape becomes still, there's still that flow. And wherever you are, release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift to steady yourself. And exhale, pivot your way back around to the top of your mat. Lower down to your back knee. Walk your front foot, which will still be your left foot, off to the left side of your mat. Turn it out about 45 degrees. Fingertips inflate the skin of your back. So you lift up out of the hips. To exhale, roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. That karate chop again, pulling all 5 toes back. I can't emphasize that enough. You can soften and settle there. You can iron out the inner thigh. Quite lovely. Arm circles. That's where I went last time. Start to really attune for you. I know this is a guided practice. I'm really hoping with all the videos you can start to sequence them together in a way that serves you on any given day. You can start to learn mini sequences like this one and apply it for yourself without me, because you know, your body knows. So much truth when you can receive that. So much power. And you might reach all the way back and catch that back foot, outside edge of the back foot. Plug heel to sit bone like a little jigsaw piece and soften the hips forwards, maybe taking you down to your right forearm. Maybe not. You could be up here or here or here. And ask yourself when you get there, where could I do a little less? Where could I give a little bit more to gravity, to really immerse in my breath? Go for the ease, the feeling good. Doesn't mean there won't be discomfort. It's how you navigate your way through that discomfort. Tell you I'm really feeling it in the front of my left thigh. Sorry, my right thigh and my outer left hip. I'm there with you. There's so much goodness in my breath. There's so much to be had with the support of earth underneath me and space around me. But I'm good, I'm okay. I know you are too. Okay. Keep moving. Release that back leg. Walk your left foot through to the front. Place your hands. You can give it a little stretch through the back of the leg on the way if you need. And reach it back behind you. A little shake out or a circle in and out. And onto all fours. We're in the home straight here. Butt wiggles. Chest wiggles. Traditional cat-cow. Intuit how your body wants to move. Where the release is. What information you have. The intelligence that lies within. And from there, reach your left leg back behind you again, right knee under your right hip. And actually, right hand, reach your right arm forwards. Really plug in, pack that left shoulder in so there can be a lift in the back of the body. The skin inflates like a water raft all the way up towards the sky. When you do that, your front body will do less. It's a good thing. It can be more balanced. And you can stay there, or you can start to find a little bit of flight time with that right knee off the floor. Keep the lift in the back body, nothing's collapsed. Like a buoyant raft floating down the river. Twists, turns, little eddies, whirlpools, all of it. And let that go. Good stuff. Little rock and roll. So alive. Let's take this into a little kickstand with the left foot off to the side, like a bike kickstand. Left hand out in front of you, so when you shoot your right leg straight out from your hip, there's a nice diagonal line. Notice it's not here or not here. All the way up through the palm of the hand, the center of the wrist, into the back of the heart. Fill that, and then reach right leg, right arm. You can stay here, or if you took the half bow variation on the last side, go there, find the top of the foot, get the foot and the shin and away. Notice how this starts, this loop of energy. Crown to tail start to meet. Find that pathway of ease, it's there. Release the struggle. Release the grip. Find the intelligence. Starts with your breath, a couple more. Ends with your breath. It's in every moment of the breath. Keep that knowing with you as you reset the right foot. Check in once more. Very clear with the index finger knuckle grounded. It's a biggie for most of us. Pack the left shoulder in, draw in the support of the ribs as you start to sneak that left leg under. Notice you're not here and not there. Hips lifted, ribs to hands support you. Let go of the struggle, let go of the fight, immerse in your breath. You've got this. Then flip it. Right hand, outside edge of right foot. With hips lifted, you find that nice clean line again. Rib half to hand and back up. So there can be an easeful effort, or an effortless ease, however you look at it. Not just relying on those muscles in the right arm. You stay here, you can come back to half Vashisthasana. We're starting to play towards wild thing. Step that top leg behind you, the left leg behind you, ball of left foot. Sweep the hips up, heart up. Go for it. Be your biggest, brightest self. Big breath in. Long breath out. One more. Inhale. Wherever you are, exhale. Plop your butt down. Whee! You made it. You deserve it. Facing away from me with your right leg straight out in front of you, left leg bent. Hug your left shin. Sitting nice and tall. Then taking it into the twist with your left hand behind you on fingertips. From your right lung, inhale, reach your right arm high to the sky. On your exhale, lean your belly towards your left thigh. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, revolve and twist towards the front of your mat. You're not doing it with your eyes. Lead it from your right side belly, your right lung. Inhale. And exhale, twist. And again, inhale, fill up. And from right side belly, right lung, twist around to the left. There you go. A couple more on your own. And inhale, unwind that. Whee! Like a jazz dancer. All the way over onto your belly. Left arm out to the side. Elbow straight out from the shoulder. Forearm parallel to the long edge of your mat. Ground that left shoulder. Come to rest on your left side cheek. Right hand on fingertips in front of your face. You push into your right hand to roll your weight over to the outside of your left hip. That might be enough, or you could step your right foot behind you. Really keeping grounded in the front of that left shoulder. Find that sweet opening and a release. Give yourself to that. And on your next inhale, roll back onto your belly. Back bend of choice here. Could be that more serpentine cobra. I made that up, I'm not sure what it's called. Double legs bent might be quite nice. Or it could be your more traditional bow, because we've done half bow on both legs. Rocking with the ease. Intelligent flow of you. A few more breaths. Wherever you are. And glide yourself back. Puppy pose. Next time I suggest with puppy pose, elbows bent, taking prayer hands, either pinky fingers to your mat, your thumbs behind your head. A sweet way to wind down your practice. Really tune in, dive in. Notice what you've created for yourself here. Imprint everything that's been reawakened. Release your hands back down. Walk yourself upright to sit on your shins. Check out the shoulders if you feel you need a little bit more anywhere, maybe around the back of the shoulders. And spend a few moments with that, or the neck. Whatever you need. I would suggest at least 5 more minutes to wind down after that energizing sequence. Hips and shoulders for really the whole of you. Honor that. A few more minutes to yourself. And then to really consider how you will bring that into the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Make that your practice. Thank you so much for being here. You did awesome. I have to say, you did fantastically awesome. Can't wait for more. I'll see you again soon. Namaste.